Seem to be better.
Seem to be okay. Cool.
Yeah, here we are. Okay, so now we are live.
Okay, I'm gonna check on the YouTube
so
side.
we are live on YouTube, you can see it. And
Really?
let's see, LinkedIn.
Ah, yes, we are live. Community meetings number 13. By the way, it's now meetings and not meeting anymore.
Be ready in a few
You're
seconds.
right.
I'm gonna remove the
just
okay. So all good on your side?
yes, and we also are live on LinkedIn. So
Awesome.
good and ready to start. This is Microcks community meeting number 13. So happy to have some people who are joining us live. So hi Krishi, hi Arsh. We also have Patrick and Thomas who just joined us. Welcome all. So Krishi and Arsh, we know you, and you're going to do a presentation during this community meeting. So you will have the opportunity to introduce yourself. But maybe Patrick and Thomas, if you would like to say hi and maybe introduce yourself and let's say what are you doing with Microcks or anything like that, feel free to take the mic and tell what you want to tell. Otherwise, if you don't want or can't, use the chat. More than happy to know more on you. And if not, no worries at all. We can keep going. And Patrick and Thomas, feel free to interact live whenever you would like. Maybe Laurent, we can start this meeting. So as usual, let's say start with the beginning. We have plenty of news, plenty of new information to share on SON. We try to make it short and just provide to you, let's say, the key information we would like to share with you. As I said previously, in this meeting, we are very happy to have two mentees of the Linux Foundation mentorship program. We're going to showcase and present what they do. Hey, Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. Nice.
We can hear you.
I'm Thomas. I'm working at Maison du Monde. We talked earlier about Microcks. So I was just curious to attend the. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So thanks for joining, Thomas. And yes, now we remember who you are. We just didn't saw your last name. So thanks for joining. And I think, yeah, we have Vishnav as well who joined us. And you've been connected on, some setup on Microcks on Google and so on. So happy to have you here. And let's interact on the topic we're going to discover. Thanks for joining. So I was just saying previously. Hello, someone else?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, my name is Scholastica. This is the first time joining your meeting. I'm joining from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. So I contribute to a bioconductor is an open source community. So I came across Microcks on LinkedIn when I was searching for other open source communities, and I'm here to learn more about Microcks. I'm happy to be here and to meet everyone. Thank you very much.
Right. Thanks a lot. And sorry, I thought that Patrick was your first name, so that's my fault because Patrick is a very well-known French name. So sorry for that. And
okay.
very happy to have you. Very happy to have you here. And happy that you are interested in Microcks. And thanks for sharing the way you have discovered the project. So now I think we're going to just start by introduce shortly with Laurent a few topics. The first one that we can, let's say, where we can give you some information, as you may know if you follow us on social and so on. Laurent and I are just coming back from a KubeCon Europe in London. It was a full week, very, very busy week, but very, very good and nice for us because we, as usual, we have met, let's say, new friends, new partner ecosystem and potential users and adopters and people who would like to join and contribute to the community. So that's amazing. And just want to share my screen. If you want to know more on what we have done during KubeCon, don't forget, to follow us on social. Here, for example, follow the Microcks LinkedIn page, and we try to push as many useful information as we can regarding, communication for traffic, for example, where we have had a joint partnership on connected mock server with API, their API management system and API gateway. We have a nice information on regarding Dapper meeting with Diagrid and Dapper, and we're going to tell you more in the coming weeks and months on that because we have very, very nice stuff which are cooking with Dapper. And we throw axes, and we made this funny meme, let's say, in order to illustrate our focus we are on a Microcks mission. That we have had a booth during the week dedicated to Microcks, and that was really, really great because we have had people who just join us on the booth and ask feedback information on the project. And we've been very, very glad and happy this the two talks during the KubeCon week. I've done a showcase and shout out of Microcks. So that was not expected, and it's very, very nice because that means that we are now recognized as a key CNCF project, and some of the projects, some of the end users are just explaining and let's say doing communication around Microcks and Microcks usages, which is just great. So that's just very, very short on KubeCon. A lot of information on socials, and we will keep you posted on what we're going to build on top of all the networking that we have done during that time. Anything you would like to add, Laurent, on this point, and especially on the KubeCon week?
Not really. I think it's a great wrap up.
Right. The next point that we would like to share, and that's also something on which we have done a lot of improvement for the latest months. And it's also something very important, for us to level up within the CNCF and move, as you may have known, that it's a process that we have engaged to move from a sandbox project to an incubate project. It's regarding governance. If you want to know more on that, just check on GitHub. Most on each repo we are copying this file, which is governance details and information regarding Microcks. We've made a much more description on the different roles within the community and responsibilities associated with those roles, and especially what we name within the community is a contribution ladder. How to become a contributor and moving from a contributor to a co-owner, and to co-owner moving to a maintainer of Microcks. In order to do so, we have introduced some voting strategies for maintainers. So today the co-maintainers are Laurent and I. And in order to improve the governance and enforce the policy and make it as open and transparent as possible, and that's really something that we like. We have introduced new way to, let's say, publicly vote on any governance changes. And the first one that we're going to do this week, in the coming 2 weeks, we are very happy to officialize the fact that Sébastien Dugodez is becoming a co-owner of the Microcks module, the test container module for Microcks regarding the .NET library. So I've created here an issue in order to introduce the details and more information on that. This is, let's say, from our point of view, a community recognition of what Sebastian has done. And we're going to do an official vote process just to validate and express openly and transparently our recognition to Sebastian. So a big shout out to Sebastian. Thanks a lot for all the work he's doing. Check this, repo. There's a dedicated repo for this test container module, and Sebastian is now the official code owner of this sub-project. So that's very amazing, and we hope as well this. Feel free to do the same and be it or something on which we have a strong expertise. More than happy to help you for this purpose. So that's it regarding, let's say, the announcement. So KubeCon feedback, follow us on social, plenty of information, and governance, and the fact that we have now, by the way, a tool to vote, and you'll see in the coming 2 weeks it in action. And now I think we can move forward on the next big and certainly the most important topic of the agenda today is Mantis presentations. So for the one who don't know, we have submitted 7 projects to the Linux Foundation mentorship program. The good surprise is these 7 projects have been accepted, which means we played the game and we have selected 7 mentees during 3 months. And today we have Krishi and Arsh who are going to present and showcase. I mean, because we are at midterm of the program, we're going to showcase what we have been able to do so far. So let them introduce themselves, introduce the project, and explain what they are working on, and also what they may expect from you as a community, and especially from the adopters. So if it's fine with you, Krishi, are you ready to start first?
Sure. I
Okay,
will
so
share my screen. Okay, so hello everyone. I am Krishi and I'm currently an LFX mentee with Microcks, and I'm working on the project of adding documentations for advanced installations. And I'll talk about my contributions till now and what I'm hoping from the community to help us in this project. So first of all, I'll start with the folder structure of the community repo, where me and 2 other LFX mentees are contributing, and we are adding new documentation every day to help adopters with setting up their environment in a better way. And I'm currently working on these 2 folders, and it would be really great if the community could help me out and contribute to this. Well, this is one of the issues that I raised a few weeks ago, and it is about adding documentation for using external MongoDB with Microcks, as we have had some issues raised by different adopters that they would like this. And Yasin encouraged me to add documentation for this. So there are 2 PRs related to this that have already been added, and one is about deploying Microcks with Helm chart using external MongoDB, for which we have used Bitnami Helm charts. And then the other one is for securing MongoDB with encryption. And yeah, this is the issue. And anyone who feels like they could contribute to this issue, that would be really great and help us out. Then going forward, this is one of the big issues that one of the big challenges in Microcks right now is that the mock API endpoints, they are not secure, and Microcks does not provide the functionality to do so. And one second. Yes, so this documentation actually talks about the issue, and it talks about basically the current workarounds for securing the endpoints that people have been using, that is placing Microcks behind a VPN or adding manual API gateways. So yes, this issue is live, and any contributions for this, for integrating a Kong gateway, for example, and so on, are welcome from the community. And I think Yasin is in talks with different adopters who have already implemented this. And let's see if we have any contributions for that. And yes, this is another issue that is about documenting MongoDB performance tuning and indexing strategies. And I'm also working on this issue, and I have created a PR for this one as well. And yes, added a post on LinkedIn to share this, and want we want people to test this out and let us know their feedback on this as well. So yes, these are my current contributions after becoming a mentee at LFX mentee for Micro.
Yeah, this is really amazing. Thanks a lot, Krishi, for sharing the information and details. So something that may be important to explain as well. I put in a chat, the community repo that we have created for this purpose, and it was quite a big challenge. And we have some of the mentees who are working on other sub project on that. I mean, these mentees have started from scratch. I mean, when they joined the program, this repo was empty, clearly. So that's another big challenge, because it was not easy to start on a blank page. But something that we would like to highlight with Laurent, and especially as maintainers on the project, is why we have created this community repo, what is the main purpose and objective. So the key point is we, as a community and maintainers, are really taking care about Microcks, the core project. But there's plenty of questions and let's say information that are useful for adopters around it. Is how do I deploy Microcks at scale, production ready on cloud providers? How, as Krishi has explained, and what the contribution she has done, how to tune MongoDB by adding indexes, because the one we provide, which is ready to use to make your life easier, is not tuned at all. It's not ready for handling, taking care about high loads. Same for securing mock endpoints, as Krishi said, it's out of the scope of the core project. So all the stuff which are related to tuning, way to do specific installation, especially when it's production ready, how to externalize, key clock and dependencies like MongoDB, Postgre, and so on. We really would like the community, and especially the adopters and people who are using Microcks in production, to contribute on it and share with the others the way they do it. Because for us, we think that it's also part of the rules, to be honest, with the CNCF, out of the scope of the core project. Everybody needs to remember we are an open source project. We are not a commercial product. And there's a clear demarcation point between both. So all the stuff related to the way to set it up with your specificities, please contribute it to the community repo. And thanks a lot, Krishi, for all the topics that you have already engaged, which are some of the most common questions that we have from adopters.
Thank you, Yasin.
As a call for action, but I think that was clear, but sometimes it's better to say it twice. Please, adopters and the community, join this effort. Review what Krishi and the others have done. Do some review, feedback, enhancement, express and tell everybody that you have done it in a different way and why, and help us to make it something usable for all of us. Any question for Krishi, or any new ideas, by the way, something that you think that could be added within the community, or anyone who would like to contribute on it, just let us know. We can do it live. People who are seeing the recording, just create an issue, join the conversation, join us on Discord. All right. So Krishi, thanks again. And it's just midterm. So we know that you still have more than a month and a half to keep going on that and bring on board, let's say, new contribution. So thanks all. Moving forward, I think Laurent and Orange, it's your turn. Especially Orange, because
Yep, excellent. So yeah,
Yes.
so maybe you remember Harsh has already joined the community meetings a few times, and Harsh is now one of the Linux Foundation mentee and is working on big refactoring and improvement of the Microcks CLI. So without further ado, I let the stage to Harsh to showcase what he has already done on the CLI.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for the warm introduction. Yeah, so let me introduce myself. My name is Harshvardhan, and I'm working as LFX mentee in Microcks, and currently working on the Microcks CLI, which is sub project for Microcks. And yeah, so throughout this meeting, I will introduce some new changes which we are going to make in CLI part, and how it can be more convenient for the end users to use CLI for the using Microcks. Other than that, if I just want to uh, tell community that we have some issues we have created on the Microcks main repo. Let me share my screen first. Okay, so as you can see, this is the main issue which we have created, which will basically the core for improving our new CLI tool. But yeah, there are many other stuffs which we might not discover. And as a community, if you have any other suggestions, please come to this issue, discuss with it, and we'll definitely do work on this. So yeah, community input are very much valuable for us, and it will also help to micro CLI to grow. So now let's start the actual demonstration of the new micro CLI. Okay. Okay then. So as you can see, we have an old Microcks CLI, which is basically known as Microcks CLI, like Microcks -CLI, and it has some built-in facilities which the help and all the stuff. So if I do the Microcks help with the previous one, it will just print the whole stuff, like the command is available in the previous version, which is actually current version, but the older one, with some commands like version help test import, and then there are some flags which will be basically used for to like run a particular command. But like if you see a new Microcks CLI which will be introduced in some time, so okay, so like now you can see the help command is very much improved. Like there are one like more clear help thanks to the Cobra CLI and Viper tool. We can like improve this help and all other commands. Like we can give good insight about the command to the end users, which are who are going to use this. Now let's do some interesting stuff with the Microcks. So previously, like if we have a Microcks, basically we have to run a Docker container for the Microcks by pulling an it image. But now what we have is we have start and stop command facility. So for that, just a minute. Okay. So now let's say I'm doing Docker PS. I have no containers running as of now. And okay, so like now I'm just going to introduce the micro start command. So as you can see, we have introduced a micro start command, which basically start and micro instance automatically. Like you don't need to like pull the image and start a container by yourself. The start command will do all this stuff. So basically, it use default Microcks Uber latest native image as a default image and port 8585 as a default port. So now if you do Microcks start, okay, oh yeah, I have one default config.yaml file. So like we have introduced a config.yaml file which will be keep the all the configs of the micro CLI and which basically do the stuffs. Yeah, so now you can see the Microcks is started successfully, and if I do docker ps, I will get one Microcks container with name Microcks. Okay, what's the issue? Yeah, it's not started by default. So container is created, but like by default is not get started, so I have to start it manually. Let me let me just give you one more thing. Just a minute.
That's the demo effect. We like demo.
Yeah, live demo always fails.
I know what it is. No, the difficult part is that most of the time you are running demos on your development environment. And so you
Yes.
introduce breaking changes. So demo that used to work yesterday, for example, when we met with Harsh, no longer works on the day before. Because you can't refrain from typing new stuff and coding new features and so on. So I can totally understand.
Okay. Actually, I was playing with the start and stop command, so like I forgot to build the new binary of the micro CLI.
Okay, so second try. Let's build it again and let's try it out.
Yes.
Do not forget to remove the config file because at the
I have
beginning
removed
it
it.
was
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And you are saying binary because the CLI is built using Golang. And the beauty of it is that we're going to have a single binary. We're going to take care about all the stuff you're presenting. So that's good. It was already the case, but what you're working on is a very, very strong enhancement.
Yes. So now, like, if you can see this. Start. Will not find a config, so it will create a default config. It will start a container. And if I now do the Docker PS, it will give me a latest Microcks image, which is running on port 85. It's running now. And if I go to the localhost 85 again, I have a Microcks running. Now let's go with the stop command. So like if I do docker stop, a Microcks stop, it will stop this container. Container will stop successfully. And if I do docker ps now, there is no any image. And Microcks is also stopped over there.
Awesome.
But like, yeah, and like now we have already a container of Microcks, and we have some config stored it. So like now if I start a container again, I do a docker Microcks start again, it will not create a new container, but it will basically start a container which we have stopped before. So Microcks started successfully. So like if you can see, there is no image pool right now. Check for the image pool, and if I do docker ps, I'll get the same.
Excellent.
So like this is the whole thing for the Microcks start and stop. Now other than that, like what we have is we can also use it with the podman. So like I have some idea for the like Microcks start, then hyphen driver, which will basically like define which driver we are going to use, like podman or docker. But like as of now, if I'm just going to set the docker host to the podman, and if I now do docker ps, so like there is no any container running, but on my docker instance there is a container running. So like it's using podman under the hood as of now.
Okay.
And now if I do so for first like I have to like it's running, I have to remove the config file from CLI config.yaml. And now if I am doing Microcks start, so as you can see, it's pulling image for the podman, because like in podman there is no image present.
Yeah, so he's pulling basically all the layers. You don't have them in the podman cache. Okay.
Yes.
By the way, I take this opportunity. We have shrink down the size of the nightly dash native image by something like 15 megabyte or 20 megabyte, I don't remember. So if I remember correctly, you used latest dash native, but
Yes.
if you are now using a nightly dash native, the pool size will be lower. Okay. But I think you had it ends with an exception.
I think there is something with maybe host name localhost is not used for
Yes,
the host name.
exactly.
Yeah. So I have to
Yeah,
change
but
it again.
at least we see the point that we are on you are on your way to make it happen also with Podman with his which is a good thing. Okay.
I have to hardcode it.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Config not found. It's initializing no config.
Drum roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, the
Acha, 8085 is already is used. So let me do one thing.
yes, because I think it didn't
Okay. Yeah. So like now
start.
we have support for the port, which will basically change the
Yeah.
port. I will use 8086. Okay, the name is already in used.
Yeah, okay. But don't worry, we see where it goes. Okay, cool.
Just a minute.
Cool. Yeah, don't worry, don't try to troubleshoot live. That's okay.
Just
I think
it's okay. Yeah. So
yeah, okay. No worries.
let's
But
do one thing. I am just removing this container from the
yeah,
Docker, and yeah.
Yeah, we noticed with Laurent that Docker engine between one or the other, Docker, Podman, and so on. Select one, install one on your machine, having both. It's generating quite a lot of frustration sometimes.
Okay.
yes, but I think you have a previous run. Yes.
Yeah, it's created. So
Okay,
basically,
it has been created and it's still there. Yes,
yes,
and it should conflict with
yes.
the new one you're trying to. Okay, but anyway, that's super cool, and I think it will bring some great developer experience on the laptop, and it will ease things also as well.
Yes.
Just we also with this CLI refactoring project, we're also looking how to distribute this CLI more easily. So typically, we have initiated a homebrew from macOS repository. So now you will be able to install the CLI by just brew install Microcks and so on. And we will try to do the same things with the most common package managers. So typically apt, this kind of stuff, winget also for Windows. So yeah, definitely we are looking for better developer experience. And I take this opportunity to remind you that you can also bring your own ideas. So feel free to look at the repository, look at this issue number 97. And yes, feel free to comment out and to bring new ideas to the project. We'd really like to have your feedback on this. Cool, thank you, Arsh. Thanks
Yes.
a lot.
I have put issue link on the chat. So like
Yeah.
if someone want that. And yeah, as you can see, one more thing which I want to demonstrate, like as you can see, all the builds were performed using make files. So like I was using make, build, locals, and all the stuff. So like this will
Mm.
also the new change which we have introduced for the CLI, and we are using make files for the doing stuffs.
Okay, cool. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, this is great because I think it can clearly facilitate quite a lot of stuff for developers, and they can bring, let's say, developer love again and again and again. That's cool. All right, I think we still have 15 minutes in front of us. Maybe I don't know what you think, Laurent, but maybe you can tell a few words on the announcement that we have done yesterday as well. Let's say a busy topic.
Yeah,
But
sure.
something that can, let's say, bring, we hope, a lot of attention and new maybe potential integration. So
Yeah, exactly. I posted a video yesterday of an early prototype I've just made. And it's about MCP, the Model Context Protocol that was created a few months ago by Anthropic AI, and so far adopted by a lot of other companies that are making their product AI enabled. And so you know that APIs, AI are closely related, and in a few months, in a few weeks, or in a few years, you will have most of your API consumers that will be actually AI agents or LLMs or yes, components from an agentic AI architecture, whatever, that will use your API or reuse your API. And so we worked on this idea of having this ability to check with Microcks that your API, either your existing API or your new API, is actually well designed to be used in this way using the MCP protocol. And so typically what we've done is that we try to see that as we are producing, as we are building simulations for API, we can also build simulation for MCP protocol. So let me show you what it looks like for the moment. You should see my desktop at the moment. Let me know if it's not okay. And yeah.
yeah, we
And
can see
so
the Microcks UI. Yeah.
okay, and so you can start by importing a new definition. So basically, it will work with all the existing and supported artifacts in Microcks. So Git Microcks and the famous samples about our API pastry catalog. Okay, so very classic till now. We've got this new API pastry here, and we have this AI Copilot features that allows us to generate new samples. But what we have added is just here this very small line here, but providing you MCP server endpoint for the different APIs. So you can just copy it to your clipboard. And then if you use any tool that is compatible with this MCP protocol, so it can be Cloud Desktop by Anthropic, it could be codename Goose also, and many others. You just have, in fact, to copy paste this URL in your assistant configuration. So here, typically, you can see that this is a URL that provide access to the MCP endpoint for my API called API Pass3 with the version 2.0.0. And we are using the HTTP server-sent event protocol for MCP. Okay. And now, as soon as you've done this, your AI assistant will be aware of the existence of micro simulations, and you can use it to ask some questions, to interact, and then to check if your APIs are working the way it should be, and if it could be at least integrated as tools by your AI assistant. So we ask for some details on the millefeuille pastry, and it asks, can I use this new tool called pastries? Okay, we want to allow this for the conversation. He'll check for the pastry. Okay. And say that it found the millefeuille pastry in the inventory. It retrieved all the information with millefeuille, with the description, the size. It has also interpreted by the description of the API that L means large. And that was typically something we put into the schema definition we provide through MCP. It has the price and the availability. So yes, the millefeuille is currently in stock and ready to be sold. It's the premium pastry, and it comes with a large size. So it's pretty cool to see that an AI agent is now able to interact, and you have this ability to check that your API is well designed or not, so that it could be integrated into some workflows embedding AI agents. Typically, one nice point also I figured out is that this kind of flow can also allow you to check the consistency of your different samples and of your different API descriptions. So typically, the first time I launched this workflow, I didn't think that the first request would be to check the different pastries. Oh, I thought I had access to the details here. Oh, okay. No. But typically, you can see that the first thing he's doing is invoking the list pastries operation. And in fact, the millefeuille is not in the list. It is accessible using just its name, but it is not in the list. And so it's funny to see that, yes, by this way, we realize that the samples are not very consistent, because if we can get details on the pastry, we expect the pastry to be also in the list of pastries. And so this is a nice, let's say, side effect of using an AI agent, because as a human, you will take shortcuts and go to the straighter way of doing things, just asking for details. But as a LLM that tends to, yes, to think things differently, it may allow you to, yes, to reveal some inconsistency. So that's pretty cool. That's still an early prototype with some things that are, let's say, still a bit hard-coded. But I think we really have all the different pieces we need in the Microcks core to extend this to any kind of API styles, of API types. So typically, I think plugging gRPC services into the MCP model will be even easier than to do it with OpenAPI typically. And so, yes, this is just the beginning. I think gRPC could be the next one. GraphQL could be also easy to do so. So, yeah, if you're enthusiastic regarding MCP, regarding AI, regarding agentic AI workflows, please check what we are doing, and yes, come and also share ideas or new way of doing things. And yes, we really like feedback on this approach of doing things.
Yeah, this is quite amazing, and can open doors to brand new stuff. So Very, very happy and eager to have your feedback on that. What do you think about it? And if you have any ideas on the way to use it for any integration you may think about. Cool.
Yeah. And also, if you are using some other AI agents, feel free to test it out, to document how you configure it. To be honest, the Claude and the MCP documentation is not that great, so I have to let's say to check the code for some things. I have to interpret things some ways, but I maybe I've missed something. So yeah, feel free to reach out and to tell me what you think about it.
Cool. So I think we are close to the end of the hour. If anyone have any question or would like to raise any point, feel free to do so. We welcome Yash as well in the community meeting. So thanks for joining, Yash. If you would like to introduce yourself or ask any question on what you're doing with Microcks, feel free to do so. And if there is no other point or no question at all, I think we're going to close this community meeting. And
Yeah. I have a final point, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me share my screen once again. I started, yes, I started a discussion last week, which is about the scripting dispatcher in Microcks. So I will let you go through the discussion, but basically, you may know that the script dispatcher, the Groovy script dispatcher, is not working and will not be able to work using the native compiled flavor of Microcks Uber distribution. And so typically we started an investigation on how to how to do better than that. And the scenario that draws at the moment is that we would be able to integrate also scripting support in the native image, but not using Groovy, using directly JavaScript. And so we are looking for feedbacks on our approach, on the findings we have at the moment. Yeah, just to get your ideas and to get your opinion on this. So feel free to check this issue, this discussion. This is a discussion. This is the 1559, and tell us what you think. Tell us what you want, what you would need to be able to benefit from scripting in Microcks. And I think that's it.
Okay, I think it was a very packed community meeting with a lot of information. So thanks again, Krishi and Ash, for your presentation. And I think we are all looking forward to the next steps on the enhancement that you're going to do on the project you are dedicated to. Let's stay I mean, we'll keep you posted, of course, because as we said at the beginning, we have some other mentees, and we hope that they're going to be ready to present in the next community meetings, of course. So I think we wish you all a good end of the day or starting of the day for us. I mean, it's still coffee time for Laurent and I. See you pretty soon. And don't forget to follow and join the community. We are really, really eager to have your feedback based on what we all shared today. Thanks a lot and see you soon.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. See you soon. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.
Bye.